Krista, tell us what happened.
Well, basically, me and 3 of my friends decided to stay behind. Luckily, my daughter was in Alabama with my grandma, but I didn't think it was gonna be as serious as it was. Clearly, it was much more serious than we thought. I've been here for Hurricane Ivan. I'm from Florida, so I've never really been scared of a storm before, but you could tell me a Cat 1 was coming and I would leave. What happened initially was in my daughter's room, which is on this side of the house, blew out. And when it blew out, we closed the door, we put towers underneath the door, and we shut the other door in the other room, so we thought the storm was gonna hit from this side. Well, as you can see, that side didn't really get touched. We went into my room to hide. When we went into the closet, we realized the walls were seeping water, and the walls started to shake. So we moved into the bathroom in my room. And when we moved into the bathroom in my room, we all shut the door, and actually I had a girl standing right in front of the door, and she said, I feel weird about sitting down right now because what if this door blew open? And literally 2 minutes after that, the windows busted, the door blew off the hinges, or not hinges, but the frame blew off, and the door came open. I was sitting on the toilet, I jumped up and was leaning on the door, holding it for dear life. My other friend jumped up beside me. Tears were streaming down our face, and the winds were going, and the door was shaking, and I knew at that point we had to leave. We had to get out of that room. So we came up with a plan. 3, 2, 1, we were gonna move us and all the animals out into the bathroom over here because I knew both these doors were shut and there was no windows around it. So we all went as fast as we could to get out of that room and shut the door, and then ran into the bathroom here. Once we got in there, you could hear the ceilings and everything falling apart, windows, glass breaking everywhere, the walls were shaking, and we didn't feel safe in there either. So the fire alarm started to go off, and I initially thought, what if there's a fire and the fire takes us over the storm, we gotta get out of this place completely. So I started to look for a fire, and as I did, I went down the stairs to check in the garage. And I knew if the garage wasn't flooded, which I pictured it to be flooded at this point, we could be safe in there. So I went to the garage and I opened the door, and it was not flooded. So I got everyone to go down there, and we got into the little slot in the side of the garage, and we sat there all huddled together, and I said a prayer to God to save us because I wanted to see my daughter again. I wanted to see the people I loved again. And we sat down there from about 1:15 till 4:30 when the storm ended. I came up here to get water for everyone at one point, and the ceiling fell on me. But we were safe at the end of the day. We ended up making it down there. And when the storm settled a little bit, we were able to come outside and kind of see what happened. Other neighbors started to come outside. And thankfully, we couldn't get our cars out of the garage because there was trees all in front of our driveway. Thankfully, one of my friends that came over had actually parked down the road. Her back windshield was busted out, but the car was movable, and we were able to actually take it, which is normally 30 minutes down the road to my roommate's parents' house. Took us 3 hours because there was no power lights. Power lines were down everywhere. Took us 3 hours to get there, but that was our safe place until we got back here, you know, and kind of see everything that's going on now. So yeah. Everything that I could possibly ever even imagine. They've been the greatest support. They've been a family. Even when my family wasn't here to be a family, I wasn't reunited with my daughter for about a week and a little bit of time after that. The girl that was affected that was here is actually across the street about 4 minutes away, and her home was untouched, but it's still not livable, just like everywhere around here. So T-Mobile put us up in a condo. We were able to stay there. I was able to get my daughter back and reunite with her. You know, John Fire, whenever you lose everything and you don't have renter's insurance. Besides that, they paid me while I was off. They gave me time to settle with the trauma because I really did feel like I had PTSD after this event. It was very scary. They've been so kind. The HR representative, Meredith, she has been in touch with me from the day she could find me on Facebook, because at one point they couldn't even find me for a little bit, just to check in with me, ask if I need anything, provide me with as much resources as I need between Lib, Magenta, and everything else. Even do an Amazon wish list for basic necessities because I lost everything of mine. Some things were salvageable, but for the most part, I mean, even the FEMA inspector that came in here said that this was one of the worst ones he had seen. And he said, Lord bless you that you even survived this, and it is a miracle. But my company has been wonderful. When I was ready to come back to work, they made that applicable. I'm allowed to come out to the trucks now and help out with my community, which has been the biggest blessing out of all this, because I'm not the only one impacted. Everyone in this community is impacted, and this is my hometown. So it means a lot to me to know that my company worked, through the entire storm. I was the only one in the house that had service that was able to connect their people back to their loved ones. So aside from the service, they've been out there giving free phones, free service, and just loving my community. And that's what we need right now, to come together and to, you know, to reunite and rebuild, because we are 850 strong, and I couldn't ask for a better company to work for, to be honest with you.